What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Call of Duty Black Ops 4 on BlackTideTV. In the live commentary today, your comprehensive guide on permanent unlock tokens in multiplayer, where to find and how to use them, when you'll be unlocking them, as well as the top 5 items I would recommend that you unlock first. So without further ado, let's get everyone on the same page. What are permanent unlock tokens? Permanent unlock tokens give players the unique ability to select an item ahead of time that they would otherwise need to unlock through natural level progression. As you're playing through Call of Duty multiplayer, you'll be given a steady trickle of created class items, a weapon here, a perk here, a score streak there, and a few other created class items along the way. Every level you receive 1 to 2 items. So that's not quick enough for a lot of players, and they want to use their best, most favoritist gun or the best perk in the game right now. And that is where permanent unlock tokens come in. Permanent unlock tokens give you the ability to select that item and take that item with you from that point until the end of time, because items carry over through prestige. When you prestige and you hit level 5 and you can create a class again, you can instantaneously use that item on your created class. So it can give you an incredible advantage in multiplayer, especially at lower levels, especially at the launch of the game, to have like special perks or special abilities or special weapons that might give you an edge on the competition. Now, how do you unlock these permanent unlock tokens? Well, another name for permanent unlock token in the community is Prestige Unlock Token. And that is because when you head into the menu and you access Prestige from the Progress and Unlock screen, you're going to get Prestige Unlock tokens. There is 1 Prestige Unlock token for every Prestige in the game, giving you a total of 10 permanent or Prestige Unlock tokens. There is an additional hidden unlock token, however, and that is for competing in the beta and making it to rank 34. If you did that, you should be able to boot up the game and immediately access your permanent unlock token to use in the Fortnite Battle Pass menu that you see before you. So one thing I should mention about that extra beta token, you're not going to see it in today's video. I'm Prestige 3, I've got 3 permanent unlock tokens. What's the deal? I recently made a video on Fresh Start, which is right down here. Fresh Start allows you to completely reset your progress in multiplayer as if you've never played Call of Duty Black Ops 4 before. So it takes out everything. It takes out your progress on the leaderboard, your progress to challenges, your permanent unlock tokens, and all the items that you've unlocked with your permanent unlock tokens. But a big question I got on my video, which again is linked in the description down below, was what is going to happen to my beta unlock token? Because I personally, I didn't use my beta unlock token because I didn't want it to go away throughout my first prestige before I used the fresh start. And when I fresh start, I don't have a beta unlock token anymore. Where did it go? So I actually reached out to Activision support and Treyarch, and they let me know that this is actually working as intended. So that's another downfall of using the fresh start feature. When you fresh start, you don't get access to that beta unlock token anymore, which is silly because if I go over here to identity and I show you my calling cards, I still have the beta calling card. So the game knows that I competed in the beta, but it's taking away my beta unlock token anyways, which is just absolute absurdity, and I asked them to fix it, but I doubt it's going to happen. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys. I had a lot of questions in my last video, so I just wanted to let you guys know that you will have a permanent unlock token, just not if you prestige. You won't get to use it again, or fresh start, I should say. But anyways, when you prestige, you're going to get a prestige unlock token. There are 10 total in the game, and you can use them on any item between the levels 9 and 55. You do have to use this Fortnite Battle Pass menu to actually unlock items. So if you actually just go into the creative class, because they couldn't just make it simple on us because it's Treyarch and they don't want to make anything simple. In previous games, you could just go like, oh, I want the Vapor XKG and click on it, and it would say, do you want to permanently unlock this item? And bip, bop, boop, Bob's your uncle, and there's your weapon. Doesn't work like that in this game. Instead, they're going to make it really tricky, and you got to go through a bunch of menus. So you click on menu, you click on progress and unlocks. You can actually click on these things, which no one told me that. You click on that and you get the Battle Pass menu. Again, you can't unlock any item up to level 9. It's kind of a safety net that Treyarch installed because in previous games you could use permanent unlock tokens on really early items, but it didn't make a whole lot of sense. You'll probably hit rank 5 in a single game and you'll be able to create a class, and then after like 1 or 2 games after that, you'll be like level 10, 11, 12. It's pretty easy to unlock items in the first few levels, and in fact, as a general rule, though I'm about to break my rule with my top 5 items you should unlock, I wouldn't use my permanent unlock token on anything between the levels of 1 and 30. 30 is pretty much like the halfway point in your progression in multiplayer, and it's a lot easier to get between levels 1 and 30 than it is between levels 30 and 55. In fact, 30 and 55 are the more challenging levels. You're going to have to play a few games to get up another level, and this is where your permanent unlock tokens are really going to come in handy. So that's all you need to know about how to unlock things with your permanent unlock tokens. You prestige, you get a token, you come into the battle pass menu, and you'll see the little permanent unlock token thing pop up in those blank black circles. And when that does that, you can just click on it and spend a token to permanently unlock that item. So now I want to tell you guys about the top 5 items you should permanently unlock right away, because most people, they kind of get blinded by the fact that, oh my gosh, there's all these weapons that I can unlock. Like, look at the VKM LMG, look at the Koshka, look at the Swordfish. And again, I'm about to break these rules, so just don't at me. But the Swordfish, for example, is a level 55 weapon, and most players will look at that and assume that it is the best gun in the game, which just is not the truth. The Swordfish is really good, but it's also a very high level for a reason. It takes a lot of skill to use the Swordfish by comparison to the ICR, which you're going to instantly unlock. They just give you this gun. And this gun is honestly very competitive in Call of Duty Black Ops 4, so you shouldn't be jumping ahead to weapons right away. In fact, weapons are the lowest on my scale of importance of things that you should be unlocking. Though, again, oh my gosh, I'm going to break my rules. But top 5 things that you should unlock. Number 1, and this reaches back to a classic video on the channel, how to unlock the Bliss camo in Call of Duty Black Ops 3, Primary Gunfighter 3. Primary Gunfighter 3 unlocks at level 32, so it's going to take a little while to get up to level 32 to unlock this one. And what does this do? This allows you to have an additional attachment on primary weapons. That's number 1. That's the very first thing that you should unlock for a reason. And the second thing that you should unlock is Primary Gunfighter 2. Now, you have to go in this order for a specific reason, because the first prestige, you only have 1 permanent unlock token. You want to have Primary Gunfighter 3 right away. And this will all make sense in a minute. So Primary Gunfighter 3 is the first unlock. Primary Gunfighter 2 is the second unlock. Primary Gunfighter 1 unlocks as part of your first 10 levels. So that one is a non-issue. Now I'm going to go back to create a class. For the ICR, for example, I'm about to get my Red Tiger camouflage. And after that, it's going to unlock these challenges. Now, one of these challenges is to get 50 kills with no attachments. Another one of these challenges is to get 50 kills with an optic and 5 attachments. So you're going to have to use all of these slots to get that camouflage done. And that is a requirement. That is a camouflage requirement for almost every single primary weapon in the game. It is an incredibly hard challenge. If you're at a low level, say you just finished up Red Tiger on the ICR and then hit Prestige, you won't be able to finish that challenge and get gold ICR until rank 32 when you get your Primary Gunfighter. So I've already got Primary Gunfighter 1 down there. Primary Gunfighter 2 is at level 23, and Primary Gunfighter 3 is at level 32. So if I unlock this one first, I can now complete the challenge at level 23 when I unlock Primary Gunfighter 2. And then on my next prestige, I'm going to unlock Primary Gunfighter 2, and now I can just finish this challenge as soon as I prestige. So I can get all of my headshots done on all of my weapons, enter prestige, and now I can just completely do the 5 attachments challenge without a worry in the world. It's kind of items like this that I'm leaning towards for my top 5 items that you want to get right away because, well, you want to get those challenges done. And that's going, when you finish challenges, you get extra XP and you can level up faster and get to your next prestige unlock token. So instead of going for the higher tier weapons right away, we should be going for items that will help you on your road to a higher level in multiplayer. So number 1 and number 2 are Primary Gunfighter 3 first, and then Primary Gunfighter 2. I'm sorry, I have to be very specific here because this was a whole thing on my Bliss video. Bliss camo was the exact same camo as the camo that requires 50 kills with 5 attachments in this game. Same thing in Black Ops 3, and I had to explain it here and back to a ton of people to get the message across. So that's very important that you unlock those 2 first if you want to complete challenges a little quicker, a little easier in Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and get that Dark Matter camouflage. But the next thing you're going to want to unlock, in my opinion, is Dead Silence. And this is definitely breaking my rule of never use a permanent unlock token between ranks 1 and 30 because you can unlock this incredibly quickly. But now, I am a hardcore player, I'm loving hardcore in Call of Duty Black Ops 4, and you cannot play hardcore without Dead Silence. I'm also a Search and Destroy player, and you cannot play Search and Destroy without Dead Silence. It depends on your playstyle, but Dead Silence, in my opinion, is one of the most crutch perks in Call of Duty Black Ops 4, as in, you basically need it on every single class. I don't walk out the door without Dead Silence on my foot. Like, it is so important. Everyone sounds like a herd of elephants in this game, and when you put Dead Silence on, it's going to minimize the amount of noise that you make. It is just an incredibly powerful perk, and honestly, I don't know if I can wait between ranks 9 and 18 to unlock it, because it's such a dead giveaway, especially in hardcore, especially in Search and Destroy, my two main played modes, that I kind of need Dead Silence. But it is definitely up to you if you want to pursue Dead Silence right away. I think every player should have Dead Silence on every single class at all times in this game. I don't even know why it's built in. It should just be built in. They should just minimize the noise that people's footsteps make so that we could use a different perk 3, honestly. I use Ghost and Dead Silence on almost every single class. Now moving on to number 4, number 5, and again, breaking my rules, I'm terrible. I do like Dexterity, okay? Dexterity is a really good perk. So is Gung-Ho, which unlocks at rank 30, so it's kind of not breaking the rules. So those are two really great perks if you want to continue on the perk route. But if you're going for that max camouflage, if you're going for dark matter and you want to get things done, the Swordfish and the Combat Knife are both great bets. I would go for the Combat Knife first because it's a little more tricky to finish camouflages on the Combat Knife versus the Swordfish. The Combat Knife, you unlock at level 55, you're realistically not going to get a lot of use out of it between level 55 and 55 plus when you prestige. So to take the Combat Knife and use it from level 1 or level 5 and go from level 5 through level 55, you'll be able to complete the Combat Knife fairly quickly that way, rather than only using it for a single level every prestige. And the same thing goes for the Swordfish, which is my number 5 unlock that you should unlock. Because it comes so late in the game, you just don't have enough time with this weapon to get it complete. Though I would recommend that before you unlock those weapons, just work through the original weapons that you were given in the game. When you prestige, you are automatically given all these weapons: the ICR, the Strife, the Augur DMR, the Paladin, the Mog, and as long as you have these items in your inventory, as long as you have these items that are not gold yet, you might as well stick with these items. If you still have the ICR to work on, why do you need to buy the Swordfish right now when you could be going for gold ICR? The Swordfish is something that you need to worry about at a later stage, at the point where you have every single very beginning weapon gold. You've got ICR gold, you've got Augur DMR gold, you've got Paladin gold, you've got Mog 12, literally every single weapon from level 1 through level 15 gold. At that point is when I would go ahead and use your permanent unlock token on things like the Knife and the Swordfish, because then you can work on those right away instead of just using the same old weapons that aren't getting you any extra XP. Other great options are score streaks. Score streaks like the gunship, if you're good enough to get them, they can be incredibly useful for getting through ranks, getting lots of high kill games, completing challenges. Your score streak challenges don't actually unlock every prestige until rank 22, so you kind of can't really use score streaks and actually get challenges done until rank 22, which is kind of silly, and I think it's a bug, but score streaks are kind of lower on the list because of that. They're not really useful between ranks 1 and 22, at which point you almost have every score streak in the game, with the exception of like the gunship, the drone squad, and the thresher. So these items you can use if you're good enough with them. If you have a real passion for a specific score streak, I would go for that. But otherwise, I would stay away from weapons for now, stay away from score streaks for now, and just go for things like perks and wild cards. Even perk 3 Gluttony unlocks incredibly late, and that's going to let you have 3 perk 3s, and the perk 3s are some of the most powerful in the game, as I've already mentioned: Dead Silence, Ghost, and then you can also throw on Tracker for good measure. So that would be a great wild card to unlock as well. So you're looking at wild cards and even equipment. Equipment is drastically just underappreciated in this game. Equipment will replace your specialist equipment, but there are a ton of challenges that you need to complete with that equipment, and this equipment is actually pretty powerful in its own right. So things like the Molotov and the frag grenade that unlocks at level 42, all of your equipment unlocks incredibly late for some reason, like the concussion grenade, and maybe you want to unlock those and complete challenges with those. So think with a challenge mindset. What items are you going to need to finish your challenges? Like I said, for example, primary gunfighter 3, 2, 1, and secondary gunfighter as well. Your secondary weapons like the shotguns and pistols, they have a challenge for full attachments as well. So keep that in mind when you're using your permanent unlock tokens, but I think that's all I need to say in today's video, guys. Without further ado, I'm going to use my own permanent unlock tokens that I've been saving for forever. Like, it's 3 prestige and I haven't used them. So they're not necessarily like necessary by any means, but they are very, very useful to have. So I've got primary gunfighter 2 and 3, and I'm going to go with dead silence as well. My first 3 unlocks are the first 3 I will be unlocking for you. I'm not just a mouthpiece. I'm not just saying things here for the sake of saying them. I am following my own advice. But I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, drop a like. Remember to check out that fresh start video as well, especially if you're very new to this game and you've just hit Prestige 1 and you're wondering what you should use your permanent unlock token for. Definitely consider fresh starting first. It's incredibly important. So check out that video, linked in the description down below. Subscribe if you're new. Check out my Twitter. All my links and stuff are in the description down below. And I'll catch you guys on the next video.